Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com, where the Bengals and Rams have just wrapped up joint practice number 1. Let's dive into what was an eventful day at Paycor Stadium with the Rams in town, with Jesse Bates back in the locker room, and with Joe Burrow throwing passes with a guy named La'el Collins lining up at right tackle. Let's start with practice, where the Bengals offense, I thought, got off to a slow start overall, but got going. If I had to name a practice MVP of sorts, I actually think it would be Kendrick Pryor. Kendrick Pryor had 3 nice catches during team drills, had a great one-handed catch, one-handed grab in the corner of the end zone where he was able to get both feet down. Really, really nice play by the undrafted free agent out of Wisconsin. And it's funny I mentioned that because it seemed like anytime I thought Pryor had made a nice play, Lassiter would respond. Kwame Lassiter, that is, the undrafted free agent out of Kansas. So that wide receiver battle certainly heating up here and continuing to grow. But the first team offense-wise, let's start with La'el Collins. I thought La'el looked good. He was rotating in and out with Deontay Smith at right tackle, getting his win. This was his first time in pads. It's hot out here. I think the stadium says 87 degrees. It feels much, much hotter than that on this practice surface. It certainly feels that way for the players who are running back and forth and doing all of that. But Collins made it through practice, was rotating with Smith, but took a lot of reps with Joe Burrow and company, which is what you want to see in 11-on-11. So that's the first thing. Like I said, I thought he looked good. Didn't take all of them, but looked good. Volson, again, working with Joe Burrow and company. And Burrow, I thought he was a little I don't want to say he was a little shaky. The offense in general was a little shaky to start things. But they were able to flip the gear, flip a switch, and by the end they were firing on all cylinders. Jamar Chase had a really nice one-handed grab. Wasn't going up against Jalen Ramsey much, but had a really nice one-handed grab on the sidelines against Jalen Ramsey. That was probably the catch of the day, not named the touchdown that Kendrick Pryor that I had mentioned. So that's certainly noteworthy today here at practice. The fact that Chase got the better of Ramsey a couple of times, I would say. Also had a really nice catch on a post route. It was on this field here. I'll rotate it. It was on this field right here. Chase had a really nice catch on a post route. I think he might have split the safeties. And they're obviously blow it dead after he makes the catch. They're not tackling. But I think he might have been able to split the safeties and score a touchdown. So it could have been a really nice play there for Chase and maybe a game-changing one. The other thing I want to note, at least, first team offensive-wise, is there were 83. I called 83's number multiple times, and I think he's going to be the safety net for Joe Burrow early and often this season. Anytime there was a little pressure, anything like that, the dump-offs to Tyler Boyd certainly worked out. So I could see that happening. T. Higgins was targeted a couple of times. He was rotating in and out too. I think they're still, getting him acclimated, and they rotated a lot of guys in and out. So overall, I think that bodes well, right, for this offense. It's getting them better because that's a really good defense that they're going against for the Rams. And then defensively, and they were playing over on this field against the Rams offense, they were without Eli Apple today. No Eli Apple. He's having some fluid drain from his quad. Zach Taylor let us know that before practice. But from what I saw, the defense held their own as well. Of course, Cooper Kupp is going to get his. But Chidobe Awuzie had a really nice break pass. Oh, he was really nice in coverage. He didn't have to break it up, but he was really good in pass coverage against Tutu Atwell deep downfield. And anyone that knows about Atwell, he's a real light receiver, small receiver, but he can fly. And so the fact that Awuzie was sticking with him stride for stride is certainly a big deal. And then I saw an interception. Vonn Bell had an interception where the ball was tipped up. Trey Flowers, who was in that corner, and Eli Apple's spot, and Mike Hilton ran into each other, bumped knees. Both guys are okay. Hilton talked after practice, but the ball went up in the air, and who was there? Vonn Bell was there to take it. And so that was a big play for the Bengals defense as well during 11-on-11. It's one of the final plays of practice. As far as defense goes, of course, what's noteworthy is Jesse Bates. He was back. I know everyone happy to see him, excited to see him. And the term Joe Burrow used today was energy. And I think at this stage of camp, when every day, feels the same and it's the same structure and it's the same, getting a guy like Jesse back in the fold certainly could give you that energy, right? That jolt, as Burrow described it. And I saw it today, and it certainly helps. You're practicing against someone else, practicing it against another team. That part is a big deal as well. But overall, I think that this team was pretty energized to get out there, and they're going to be back at it again tomorrow. And that's the benefit here is, top of the roster on down. Everybody is getting good work in. I know Joe Burrow certainly did, and he made some really nice throws. There was one where he might have, and I skipped over this one. It just came into my head here. He threw a perfect deep ball to T. Higgins for a touchdown, and it would have been a touchdown. I think he would have probably gotten sacked. There was a blitzer off the edge. I believe it was Jalen Ramsey off the edge. He might have gotten sacked. That's why I kind of filed it away as a sack more so than a deep touchdown. But regardless, they're not hitting the quarterback. They don't blow it dead there. And so T. Higgins was open. Burrow hit him with a perfect pass deep downfield. So both teams won their fair share of matchups, and that's what should happen. You don't want to scrimmage these guys, essentially, and that's what this was, and it be one-sided. You want both teams to get good work in because it's going to make the other team better. And I certainly think the Bengals are better now than where they were even 3 hours ago before playing the Rams. And so now they'll be able to dive into the film and adjust and work on some other stuff on Thursday. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Stay tuned. I know Elise Jessie was here today. She's going to have a ton on the OT on Thursday night. If you missed Joe Goodberry's Bengals on the Brain show, a ton for you there. It aired on Tuesday night, but you can catch it right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Plus, Jesse Bates, Joe Burrow. We got some other stuff coming for you, or coming to you here as well. And we'll obviously have our practice reports tomorrow. So, for Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.